Here we go then for race number 2 for the Junior Supermoto 90 and Mini GP. Daniel Stevenson was the fastest qualifier with 48.39 from Luca Wilkinson. Jack Newton, Hudson Cooper, 5th for Brook champion Billy Carter, rounding out the top 6. Arnie Carr in 7th from Finley Handler, Owen Tempest, Charlie Ward and Callum Maxwell in 11th position. Thanks for joining us on Alpha Live for round number 2 of the Rich Energy British Mini Bikes Championship here at Lydd in Kent on this beautiful sunny afternoon. It's my youngest rider's age 7 to 9 in the Supermoto Mini GP 90 machines. And again, the recurring theme really is the bikes, there is some limited modifications allowed, but very much it's especially with the machines in the Junior Supermoto 90, it's a stock engine series. Very specific and tight regulations as to what modifications can be done to the bike, and limited, if any, depending on the race categories, engine modifications allowed. The bikes are very evenly matched, so it's all down to the riders as the flag drops. Oh, but trouble there on the start line for Daniel Stevenson, a very poor getaway. Now in 3rd place, which means that Luca Wilkinson's got to jump on the field. Arnie Carr, I think, was in there as well. Confirm that in a moment. Hudson Cooper on the 217 gets away well. Brook champion and Billy Carter also in there as well now. I think that may be Arnie Carr at the front, 83. So 83-year-old race leader on the Ovale machine there. We've got the 76 of Luca Wilkinson, and recovering from his mistake is Daniel Stevenson in 3rd. Hudson Cooper, Brook champion, Billy Carter in there as well. The 63 of Owen Tempest is also well placed as leaders make their way around the final corner for the first time. And it's the number 83 of Arnie Carr that leads the way. Stevenson up to 2nd place, gets down the inside of Luca Wilkinson. Hudson Cooper and Jack Newton make their way through. The 85 of Billy Carter, Brook champion Owen Tempest. Charlie Ward in 9th, and the newcomer Callum Maxwell running at the field in 10th position. But much like the first race here, Arnie Carr has got a good getaway. Let's see what Daniel Stevenson can do. 50.91 last time round, so despite the mistake, trouble here, one rider goes off the track. I think that might be Finley Hanna, number 13. So Finley Hanna back underway, nothing serious, and rejoins the action. Arnie Carr, let's have a look at the gap here, 48.07 as Carr crosses the line. Daniel Stevenson about half a second slower in 2nd place. Luca Wilkinson 3rd as Jack Newton on the 135 moves into 4th position. Hudson Cooper, Brook champion, Billy Carter in 7th, Owen Tempest going through, and Charlie Ward on the 127 just making their way through. Callum Maxwell, Finley Hanna running at the field. Let's have a look now at the 217 of Hudson Cooper, starting to look now at Jack Newton. Newton guarding the inside, going through the S's section here, the right, left, right. And, well, I think Newton has got some good lines going on through there because pulls away slightly from Cooper. Brook champion has got past Billy Carter. As there's Finley Hanna, back of the field, trying to catch up with the rest of the field. And here's this battle now between Jack Newton and Hudson Cooper. Newton riding well and got some good lines going on now because it's pulling away slightly from Hudson Cooper. As we see just a bit further ahead is Luca Wilkinson, and let's see what Jack Newton can do. There we see those two very close indeed. Hudson Cooper and Jack Newton battling away still for that 4th position. Brook champion just a bit further behind, and this part of the track it seems that Hudson Cooper is a bit quicker. Jack Newton's got the certainly the first third of the lap. I would say that it looks like Jack Newton's a bit faster, but certainly Hudson Cooper very quick in the middle part of the lap. Still Arnie Carr that leads the way and pulls the gap up to 3.5 seconds from Daniel Stevenson. Luca Wilkinson is in 3rd position. Still the battle goes on for 4th. Jack Newton, Hudson Cooper. And again, it just seems ever so fine margins here, but it looks like Jack Newton pulls away slightly from Hudson Cooper. Now through the slow technical part of the track up towards the top corner, and now it looks like Cooper will put the pace back on again. Newton trying to guard that inside line again, but Hudson Cooper's got the drive round the outside and tries to get through, but no, Jack Newton had the apex there and pushes him wide. So it looks like Hudson Cooper will have to try and fight again. 7 laps to go. It's still Arnie Carr that leads the way by 4 seconds from second place Daniel Stevenson, Luca Wilkinson in third. Hudson Cooper, Brook champion Billy Carter still making out the rest of the top 10. Owen Tempest, Charlie Ward in 9th, Callum Maxwell 10th, and Finley Hanna still trying to make up for lost ground in 11th position. As again we look at this battle for 4th place with Hudson Cooper and Jack Newton battling away. And again Jack Newton having to fend off Hudson Cooper around the top corner. There we see the 111 of Callum Maxwell and Finley Hanna. I think that's Finley Hanna there, number 13, trying to make out the number, but I believe that's Hanna. Started to close up on Maxwell now, so good recovery from Finley Hanna. Callum Maxwell round the final corner. And Hanna down the inside, past the line. So one of the relative rookies here, Callum Maxwell, 10th place. And that's what it's all about really. It's just a case of getting to grips with the bike, learning the racecraft, and Callum Maxwell towards the back of the field, but doing very well as Finley Hanna tries to sweep around the outside, but no, Maxwell I think has got the line. They are being closed on now by the leading group of riders. Finley Hanna tries again. There we see the 135 who we were looking at a few moments ago, Jack Newton. Finley Hanna makes the pass, and there is the 111 of Callum Maxwell. Now being closed by the battle between Jack Newton and Hudson Cooper, still scrapping away as round the outside goes Jack Newton, dueling into the hairpin. Hudson Cooper's finally got through now. Can he hold on to the position though? Well, Finley Hanna in front, about to be lapped. It's still Arnie Carr leading from Daniel Stevenson, Luca Wilkinson. All the battle is for 4th place though. Oh, and looks like Hudson Cooper bulked slightly there. I believe that's Finley Hanna. We'll pick that up on the lap charts in a moment, but oh, this is bad news though for Hudson Cooper, losing valuable time. This is where the racecraft comes into play, trying to get past the slow riders as quickly as possible. No blue flags in Rich Energy bikes. It's a case of the, of course, the faster riders. It's the case of finding their way through under their own merits, really. And I think, in a way, it's not really necessary for the blue flags. These riders at the back of the field, their race is just as important as the ones at the front, and nobody really intentionally gets in the way. So this is, of course, a good way of learning the racecraft for the race leaders, getting past that slower traffic. And at the moment, Jack Newton has used that to his advantage. There he is, the 135, pulling away slightly from Hudson Cooper, who's trying to regain that ground with 4 laps remaining. Arnie Carr on the number 83 is still leading the way by 5.2 seconds from Daniel Stevenson. Luca Wilkinson third. And Jack Newton doing well in that 4th place, pulling away finally from Hudson Cooper after all that pressure. 3 laps to go. Here is the race leader. Riding the Ovali machine is the 83 of Arnie Carr. Up to the back straight now. Gets past Maxwell on the 111, and Arnie Carr looking very neat indeed at the front of the field. Now down towards the back straight, there is a slow rider in front, but shouldn't cause any issues. He's got the gap at front. Arnie Carr into the top corner, and not rushing to get past the slow rider. He doesn't need to. There's 2 laps to go. Just taking his time. You see good racecraft there as he gets past the 46. Maybe Brook champion, I think he's just lapped. And here we see riders learning the racecraft here. Right? Carr leading the way. He knows he's got a decent gap at the front. And Brook champion coming up ahead slower. Arnie Carr just taking his time just to nip his way through. Has a quick glance over the shoulder. Managing this race very well at the moment with 1.5 laps to go. It's still Daniel Stevenson a bit further behind in 2nd place, Luca Wilkinson 3rd. And again Arnie Carr just encountering slower traffic here, but Actually just sitting behind the slow rider on the S's section and getting through on the straight rather than taking any risks of squeezing through on the corner. 1 lap to go this time round for the race leader Arnie Carr. Last lap flag is now out. Really has been a great afternoon's work so far for Arnie Carr. Daniel Stevenson recovering from that bad start, but not really able to do anything. 9 seconds down in second place. Luca Wilkinson still in third, and at the moment it looks like Jack Newton has pulled away from Hudson Cooper. Owen Tempest getting past Billy Carter on the approach to the final lap. But Arnie Carr, number 83, the rider in shot now, has led pretty much, well, has led the entire race. Taking it nice and easy, got a clear track in front of him as he makes his way down towards the final hairpin. And 83, Arnie Carr, great ride for him, great afternoon's work, comes round the final corner. Junior Supermoto 90 goes to the number 83. Arnie Carr is your race winner. Looks like it's going to be Daniel Stevenson in second place. So Stevenson, there goes Finley Hanna, Brook champion a lap down in 6th place. Daniel Stevenson crossing the line in 2nd place. And still that battle going on just ahead. Last 2 riders on the lead lap actually are Newton and Cooper. But Arnie Carr, the race victory. It's going to be 3rd place for Wilkinson. And Jack Newton, there they are, just ahead of the race winner. Last 2 riders on the lead lap. Jack Newton and Hudson Cooper battling for the entire race. Here they go. Oh, it's close to the line, but Jack Newton holding off Hudson Cooper in that battle for 4th position. Here we go then, so it looks like we're going on to the last lap. Very close indeed. Now, of course, the race leader is closing up on this battle. Nips round the outside of Hudson Cooper into the top corner. And Arnie Carr, so it looks like we are going for an extra lap in this race. Carr down the back straight, battling, the 2 riders battling for 4th place, gets past them quite easily. And Arnie Carr through the S's, what will be the final time, down the straight towards the hairpin. It looks like the 4th place rider, 135, Jack Newton, is going to hold on to that 4th place, but round the final hairpin goes the number 83 of Arnie Carr, punches the air as the checkered flag goes out, and your race winner, 83, Arnie Carr, and that great battle for 4th place, the 135 of Jack Newton, fastest lap of the race, for him at least, on the final lap. Daniel Stevenson recovers to that 2nd place after that trouble at the start, 12.2 seconds down on the winner, and only 3 riders remaining on the lead lap. The 46 of Brook Champion goes through in 6th position. Finley Hanna crosses the line, actually didn't get past Callum Maxwell, who gets into the top 10. But congratulations to Arnie Carr, number 83, your double moto winner in the Junior Supermoto 90. Great riding from him, and we'll be back underway in just a few moments' time.